Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Indian Pro Boxing League, and the next fight is one to look out for. We've got Luis Feliciano, an experienced boxer in the ring, taking on Akshay Chahal. Both of them almost the same height. Feliciano slightly heavier than Chahal, and both represent an orthodox style. Arjun, I want to ask you a question right now. You know a lot more about the sport and the technical side of it. We've got Feliciano, who's so experienced in the ring. He's got a lot more fights than Akshay Chahal. How is that going to take an effect on this fight and might just impact the result?
It's not just the experience that he brings, it's the kind of experience that he brings.
Yeah.
He's had so many international fights. He's been part of the US national squad, traveled the world fighting, representing his country.
And been boxing since the age of 8.
And he's been boxing since he was 8 years old. He grew up with boxing in his blood. And I've been seeing his fights. He's had some roadblocks. He hit a few snags with some higher end opponents. But for the larger part of it, he's a slick fighter. He's got incredible head movement. He's got incredible boxing. He cuts great corners, great angles, and he's a handful for anybody.
I mean,
Akshay Chahal has his hands full tonight.
Winning and losing is a part of the game, unless your name is Floyd Mayweather. And Feliciano has been a part of the game for long enough to know that he's got a lot more wins and he can pack a lot more punches and has got a lot more skill to put on display as compared to his opponent in Akshay Chahal. But let's not take away anything from the boy out there. He's on a hot streak. He's got 14 wins and he is looking to maintain his perfect record.
This is a clean matchup because when Luis Feliciano, I spoke to him, he told me this is a great opportunity for me. He's saying he was looking at a new challenge. He's like, and this was unique to come to India and be part of IPBL was such a unique challenge. Like, and the opponent that he's facing, he's an absolute gamer. Akshay Chahal is a legitimate fighter. He's got a great
100%.
He comes in with some great power. It's going to be a competitive affair, and I see this fight going 6 rounds of technical boxing.
Absolutely. And you know what's making it more interesting is the fact that fighters from different countries come with different fighting styles. There's a different way they aggress, there's a different way they defend. And that is what makes it fun. But for now, let's throw it back into the ring with the voice, Jared Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up, making his way to the ring, from Haryana, Akshay Chahal.
He is the undefeated force in Akshay Chahal. He's got a perfect record and a song that's perfectly defining how he is going to be fighting tonight. Fighting out of the NCOE Rohtak, this 27-year-old has developed into a fighter who blends technical precision and unshakable determination. His footwork, his defensive awareness, his perfect ability to slip in the right shots at the right time is what has gotten him the 14-fight win streak.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring, Luis Feliciano.
I mean, Luis Feliciano, we spoke about him earlier, and you know, he's coming in with so much experience. He spoke so fondly about this country. He said, I'm glad to be part of Hyderabad. This was his first moment that he's come in to represent the IPBL, and he comes in with a vast amount of experience. He's had international experience. He represented the US national team. He's had so much of experience overseas, and his opponent, Akshay Chahal, is no slouch. He's a gamer, and I predict this fight going all 6 rounds tonight. Luis Feliciano is an absolute technician. He's got great footwork, great boxing, cuts great angles, and comes in with great power.
And they both are extremely patient when it comes to being in the ring. They both like to take it to the cards. They both like to make it to the scores. But for now, let's have the official announcements by Jared Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, first we introduce the red corner. His professional record, 14 wins, 1 no contest. He weighed in at 64.7 kilograms, fighting out of NCOE Rohtak. Ladies and gentlemen, from Haryana, India, Akshay Chahal. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, his professional record 70 wins, 1 loss. His weight 64.7 kilograms. Fighting out of Salas Boxing Academy, Las Vegas, Nevada. Representing Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Give it up for Luis Feliciano! Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge, Kevin Alfred David.
Boxers. Gentlemen, you know the rules of the game. I want you to protect yourselves at all times. Listen to my commands at all times. Touch gloves. All the best, and God bless.
Fighters inside, and you've got an experienced referee, and referee Kevin that stepped in. He's got so much of experience, so many years he's been calling fights for the IBC, and it's just the air. Suddenly there's a little bit of silence. I've noticed this. I've called over so many fights in my career, and there are some fights where the air gets a little thicker and the crowd gets a little more quiet because they're anticipating.
It's just the
something.
intensity of this fight. We've got 2 technical masterclasses lined up. We've got Akshay Chahal, who's got a perfect record, Luis Feliciano, who recently scored his first ever loss after having a 17-fight streak. Let's see what's going to happen.
You know, Mike Vaughan Williams was a tough fight for Luis Feliciano. He was trying to adapt in that fight, but it just was a tougher fight. He was moving better, and what we can learn from that fight was his ability to absorb shots, because Mike Vaughan Williams landed quite a few shots, but Luis Feliciano rolled with each of them, fought hard.
Absolutely.
He's looking sharp here, and good job by Akshay Chahal starting off this fight.
Both are looking extremely calm and composed tonight, which is exactly how you want to be in such a high-stakes fight.
Both fighters throwing a good combination by both these men. Staying very, very active is Akshay Chahal, and absolutely right in his face, putting the pressure on from the get-go.
We've got Feliciano's corner throwing him some brilliant instructions on how he can get past Akshay's speed.
Good head movement from
Let's see
Luis.
how well can he implement
No,
it.
Luis is staying patient. Both these fighters know that this is a long fight. It's 6 rounds. They've got a lot of time to work.
Oh yeah, there's no way
And
that this is going to end in an
nice
early
body
knockout.
shot. Beautiful body shot combination. It's not about ending in a knock. All fights can end instantaneously, but it's just the way that, oh, beautiful left hook on that, and turns. His footwork is so beautiful. Both these men are so technically proficient and sound.
A nice combination there from Chahal.
Chahal stepping into the pocket, landing a few shots. Good defense from Feliciano, and this is a good test for Chahal. Again, he's finding success with that left hook going upstairs. Beautiful 6-punch combination.
Solid combination.
6-punch combination for Feliciano. Feliciano is staying patient. He's watching, and nothing telegraphed so far. You can hear from his corner screaming upstairs, downstairs. Beautiful
Good
shot to
body
the
shot
body.
there.
And Chahal trying to come back with a combination of his own, but good movement. Again, see that beautiful roll. Coles moves upstairs with that left hook. Bit of a takedown attempt by Feliciano. Every one of those shots, beautiful, beautiful right hand. And Feliciano seems to have found his timing and his range now.
Well, let's not speak too soon because Akshay has got a good body shot of his own.
Oh
over
no,
there.
I'm not counting him at all. Akshay Chahal as well. I told you,
Akshay Chahal is a freaking
boys,
warrior.
this fight is gonna. This is gonna be a good night. This is gonna be a night of technical boxing, and we're seeing some really, really crisp boxing from both these men.
And you know, big respect to Akshay Chahal because he's taking on a former 2-time American national boxing champion. In the years 2008 and 2010, Feliciano was crowned champion of America in boxing.
I mean, as you can see it from the way he moves, it's such a great opportunity. for
Beautiful
Akshay
shot there
Chahal.
from Akshay.
No, Akshay Chahal doing all the right things. He's not stepping down. He's not stepping back. He knows he's in for a fight.
Well, that was a pretty even round. Both gentlemen landing some beautiful punches. Round 1 of possible 6. And I'm excited to see what the other 5 rounds have got packed in for us. Only
it's
right
gonna
here on the Indian Pro Boxing League, live on the zone. It's looking amazing out here tonight.
I mean, you take a look at the highlights. It started off, first thing that comes straight off the bat is both fighters staying patient, by Akshay Chahal, slightly the more aggressive fighter, and Feliciano later in that round made him pay a little bit for that. He made a few mistakes where Feliciano capitalized with a few shots of his own, but good technical fighting by both these men.
Akshay Chahal with some deep breaths, trying to get back the cardio that he's lost in the first round. But he's very used to taking it to the later rounds. He's got a beautiful technical prowess to showcase in the eventual rounds as he has in the past.
I just heard Chahal's corner tell him, just watch out for that uppercut and step in with the uppercut when he comes into range, because they've gotten so close in those exchanges, especially while Luis throws that downstairs upstairs combination.
Good four-punch combination there from Feliciano.
Very nice. You see the way Feliciano is dipping that head. Great head movement.
Beautiful head movement.
And that's when Charles' coach was asking him to possibly throw that uppercut down the center. Nice body shot by Chahal.
Stop!
Feliciano is complaining. 2 shots to the back of the head.
Watch your punches behind the head.
Referee Kevin admonished. Hey, we still said,
I'm not going to jinx you because I want you to speak for the rest of the fight.
Feliciano staying patient. Chahal, a little bit of defense here.
Well, Chahal needs to switch up between the offensive and defensive style, because when you're 6 rounds in against a fighter like Feliciano, where the chances are that it's going to go the distance, you want to save your energy.
Both shots, both fighters landed shots to the body.
Come in. Box!
Very good body work by Feliciano. He's landing those hooks close. Good shell by Chahal is doing a very, very good job of getting him back every time. Every time Feliciano lands a shot, Chahal makes it a point to step forward and get him back for that shot.
Stop!
Well, what I like
Kidney
about Feliciano is the fact that he's got good head movement, because Chahal is landing almost landing some good shots, and Feliciano's done a great job defending them.
I mean, Feliciano standing in front, what he's doing very well is that he's not tailing him, he's cutting off the ring effectively. He's not following him. See, there you go, lands to the body. Both these fighters are in the exchanges, and Chahal now turning it up. Oh,
beautiful shot
We
there.
talked about that uppercut. He landed that uppercut the minute Feliciano dipped his head down.
And another attempt at an uppercut from Akshay Chahal.
Stop!
Referee Kevin splits the two boys apart.
Punches above the waist. Box!
And just under 50 seconds to go in round number 2, as we've been witnessing a rather exciting
I
contest
mean,
here
it's a
tonight.
chess match. It's hard to pick a winner here. It's going to be a tight one. See, there you go. That's the one. That's the uppercut he talked about. He's throwing that uppercut beautifully. Beautiful combination by Chahal. And back. Oh, man. Shots to the back of the head. Feliciano.
Whoa!
That's not a knockdown. That's not a knockdown.
Don't bend.
Of course, it's not knockdown.
No,
He
no.
pretty much picked him up.
Box!
Nice shots to the body by but Chahal, though, bringing back the heat.
Well, these
Very,
body shots
very
that
nice
Chahal has been
round.
investing in are certainly going to cash out a good dividend in the future rounds.
No, I mean, it's just the way he's throwing these shots. Both these men, the story of round number 1 was Feliciano landing the heavier shots, but Chahal is finally making his way back. He got control of the ring. He came back with a lot more aggression, and you see that combination. Beautiful 4-punch combination, caught him at the end of that right hook. And he certainly earned the respect of Luis. That's for
Absolutely.
sure. Because
You know, there's an old saying in boxing that if you chop the body, the head will fall off eventually.
Yeah,
and that's
you-
exactly what we might just
you
witness
work the
tonight.
body and it opens up the head. And then
Exactly.
you can land the head strikes. And that's what they're working about. That upper, the corner, his corner gave him some fantastic advice. Akshay's corner told him, the minute Luis dips that head, throw that uppercut in, and he followed his corner's advice perfectly, timed that uppercut a couple of times.
Red! Time! Red!
Well, there we have Rana Dangubati just waving a hand to probably some fans out there.
He said, waving his hands out to the audience and enjoying all the boxing action as we get, here we go, round number 2.
Come on, Rana, get your focus back onto the ring. We've got a beautiful fight here in Akshay Chahal versus Luis Feliciano. Round 3 of possible 6. A good left hook there
It was
from
an interesting
Feliciano.
last round with Feliciano because Chahal found his range and landed some very, very good shots to the body and head. And Feliciano got caught with a guy's uppercut in the middle of that round. So it's going to be interesting to see what strategy he employs here. He keeps going to the body. He's landed some good shot. Good jab by Chahal. Very nice left hook. Went a little bit off balance there with that one. Sways right out of the way of that left hook from Feliciano.
You know, I think Akshay is now doing a better job at reading Luis's head
Oh, look at
movement.
this. Every time we talked about it, the minute Feliciano tags him, Akshay makes it a point to come back in and get him back. It's a game of chess between these two men.
Luis's coach telling him not to set everything up. Sometimes you
Kevin
just
is
gotta go with the
admonishing
move.
for a low blow here and a shot to the back of the head.
Clear? Corner, last warning for him. Box!
That was
last
a final
warning.
warning for the shot to the back of the head.
Well, Akshay certainly got to be very careful of that because he's got a potential 10.5 minutes to go. And for now, we have just under 90 seconds remaining in round number 3.
What I'm liking from Akshay is that he's starting to take the center of the ring. He's starting to get more aggressive. He's cutting him off better. He's cutting off Feliciano better, and every time he gets him in the pocket, he's landing significant shots that are racking up the points.
That's what Feliciano's head movement is so good, but Akshay is doing an even better job at trying to read
Akshay is
it.
targeting the body at this point. He's targeting the body more because he knows that when he's got him there, now there you go. He landed a good shot to the body, went upstairs, and now in the pocket, he's trying to muscle him up. He's making this fight a little dirtier.
Box!
Good body shots by Feliciano.
Red, not holding.
Referee again admonishing Akshay for holding the head. Actually, he's admonishing for almost everything in the book now. Very nice combination.
Take it easy, Akshay.
Now he's got to watch. He's got to watch out for that headbutt as well. I mean, those guys are just
One side.
in the combination. They're slamming.
Well, the next time it might just be a point deducted from the overall score.
No, I mean, if that would be sad to get a point deducted because he's been warned a couple of times now. He needs to watch out. Beautiful right hook by Feliciano. But Akshay is just doing all the right things. He's stepping in the pocket. He's staying in range. And Feliciano doing a great job of rolling and ducking under. Very nice right hand to end the round.
And that's round number 3 of possible 6. Well done by both gentlemen. An absolutely close bout, at least for these 9 minutes that we witnessed. I'm excited to see what the next 3 rounds have got in store for us. Luis Feliciano versus Akshay Chahal. Let's take a look at the highlights of round number 3.
I mean, Akshay stepped into the pocket, was the aggressor in this round. He stepped in more and more in the range, and he landed some very, very good shots in the pocket. He landed good body shots, went upstairs and downstairs with this combination. And Feliciano tried to fight back, was rolling and ducking under beautifully. Interesting fight. It's been 3 rounds now. It's been back and forth. We talked about this fight being a technically sound fight, which might go the distance, and so far it seems like it.
I mean, this is one fight that I would actually like to see go the distance because it's such a pleasure watching these 2 gentlemen fight it out in the ring.
Time! Both of you come here. Keep your head up. Don't be ducking down. No pushing down. Okay? Clear? Time in! Box!
Some instructions before we begin round number 4 by referee Kevin.
Time! Time!
Oh, his
Timeout has been called.
malfunction.
You there. Just stay.
Feliciano's glove has got a bit of a malfunction on
it's
it. Well
the-
pointed out by
his,
Akshay.
his glove lace is poking out of the taping around it, and the commission is going to make sure that they deal with this. And in the meanwhile, Chahal has to spend his time in a neutral corner and not his corner.
No, coach. Let's put this.
Well, this is also a good time for Akshay Chahal to catch a breath, get back his composure, plan out the strategy for the next few rounds, and see how he's going to go. As we see Feliciano's corner wrapping up the tape back onto the lace that it opened up.
Tape, more tape. Stand here. Tape, tape, tape.
I mean, tape. It's funny to have a small tape malfunction here. Referee's called timeout. I mean, they could just take a scissor and cut it off at this point.
For all you know, they might not even have a scissor around here.
You should stop pushing down and hitting behind. One more time you do that, 1 point minus. Clear?
the action as the commission makes sure that the lace is taken care of. And Feliciano gave me a little wink and a nod there. He's been in a fight tonight. He's had 3 rounds of great action back and forth between these two men. And Chahal as well. Chahal has risen up to the occasion. You can see the level of technical boxing in India has reached such a high level. We had champions before. We've always had champions that won in Commonwealth Games. We've represented the country. Our fighters are on a very, very good level, and we're seeing this tonight against a national champion that's come in to take on the IPBL. Here we go. The action resumes.
You know, I gotta say, if no one has been a fan of Akshay Chahal before this fight, right now he's definitely gonna earn
I mean,
some.
you know what the funny thing is? They've inadvertently had a break. Because now they've had a breather, they've had a little bit of a break. I'm not saying they weren't conditioned, but they've had a little bit of time to reset. So it's going to be interesting to see who can grab that momentum, because there was a lot of momentum swinging towards Akshay's way. In that third round, he found his range and his timing a little better. And Feliciano, he took a little bit of break in that in that third round, but you can see him get aggressive and come back up.
Good combination there from Chahal as his corner acknowledges it.
Oh, nice left hook by Feliciano. Both fighters landing. Look at that tight Philly shell that Akshay's got.
Stop! Box!
And he's moving beautifully with every shot. Nice, very nice combinations by both these men. What I'm liking more is the way Akshay is standing in front of him. He's not giving him a room, an inch of space. He's not letting him work. Every time they come forward, Akshay is taking the center of the ring.
And the thing is, he's constantly pressing on Feliciano.
Yeah, that's the forward pressure of Akshay is something that the judges will look upon to. Very nice combination by Feliciano. Nice right hand there.
Akshay just shakes it off like nothing happened. And now we have just under a minute to go in round number 4 out of a possible 6.
Both fighters posturing, and Akshay, good job by Akshay, landed a good uppercut. And Feliciano shaking his head saying, that didn't get through. Both these guys shaking at each other. But none of these
uppercut.
None of these punches landing clean though.
You know, Akshay throughout the fight he's been channelizing the uppercut. He's been going uppercut after uppercut. And all right.
A little bit of a takedown right in front of us.
Welcome to MMA as well. Looks like we've got a combination of the two sports.
But we had an MMA fighter that fought today very, very well.
Well, let's not forget the
At the
main
start.
event is also an MMA fighter.
That's
We've got
true.
Sergio Pettis.
So the first fight of the night was an MMA fighter, and the last
fight is an
an
MMA fighter.
Oh, beautiful! Cracked him with that one. Man, Luis cracked him with that 1-2 in the pocket. Had him shook for a second. But props to Chahal. He's got a chin on him.
Stop! Box!
This fight has been a gritty fight. There's no love lost between these two men as the action continues, smiling at one another like the warriors that they are as we step into round number 5.
You know what, Arjun, I gotta say that even though we witnessed quite a few knockouts tonight, this has to be my favorite fight of the evening because it's been such a pleasure to watch these guys fight it out.
I mean, you look at the replay, it's so back and forth between these guys. I think the most significant shot of this round was the 1-2 that landed clean on Chahal. But up until then, it was just back and forth. Both these men sticking and moving, and that was the takedown that you called. And this was the combination, a beautiful 1-2 that Feliciano landed clean, and that, according to me, has been the most significant shot of the fight.
100%. That might just have scored Feliciano the round at least.
Seconds out!
No doubt, no doubt.
Time! Right. Time in! Box!
As the action begins for round number 5,
Man,
let's
it
see
feels
what
like
we
it's
have in
been a
store.
longer fight, hasn't it?
You know what, I would have loved to see this been an 8-round fight.
Make it a 12-round fight.
Make it a 12-round fight. Good stiff jab there by
Beautiful
Feliciano.
jab by Feliciano, and Akshay immediately stepping back into the pocket, trying to step in and find his range. Beautiful shower punch, very nice hook. went downstairs with the shovel punch and came upstairs with that hook.
Stop! Box!
Both the men acknowledging each other.
Good footwork by both these men. And it's the, this is going to be an interesting one to score because when you look at it from the judge's perspective, Akshay they had a lot of dominant fighting. Good head movement by Feliciano, but
that's the thing. Feliciano's head movement is good, but Akshay has started predicting it really well.
it's
Stop!
his head movement is good. Yes, he's rolling under beautifully, but Akshay's forward pressure is what's making all the difference. And the shots are landing, but they aren't clean shots from either of these men.
Yeah. As you rightly said, the cleanest shot would have been the one that Feliciano caught Akshay
The 1-2
with in round
that
number
in the
4.
last round, yeah. Very nice jab
Nice
by
jab there.
Feliciano. I love the way he extends that jab. Oh, very nice hook. Oh, big hook. And look at that, Akshay stepping right back in the pocket and gets his beautiful combination. Lands a very nice shot.
And the crowd is certainly getting riled up with every shot that Akshay is landing. They're supporting the boy from India. They want to see their flag being raised in this bout
Very
of
nice.
India versus Mexico.
Very nice overhand right, and that uppercut is working for Chahal.
Stop! Go down! Don't push. You don't bend. Don't push.
Referee Kevin just adjusting his shots in the last exchange.
And Akshay pulls them right back.
It was an interesting exchange earlier when Feliciano landed a good combination and Akshay just immediately ate the shot, sprung back up and landed a few of his own.
Don't turn. No holding. Box!
And just under 20 seconds to go for round number 5. In all likelihood, we will see the final round of this bout.
I mean, it's an interesting fight because it's the way it's going. It's like they're setting up for something, and every on and off round I see, Feliciano, he pushes the envelope, he steps in, lands a couple of good shots, steps out, maybe they're looking to expend that last bit of energy in that 6th and final round.
Akshay Chahal just grazing the back of Feliciano as he tried to get a glove touch.
No, that's just some fun sportsmanship
Oh, yeah, of
between these
course.
two athletes. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of respect between these two warriors. I mean, take a look at some of the highlights. That was that shovel punch uppercut that caught him. Not very clean. A lot of these shots are deflected. A lot of these shots are blocked. And great head movement by Feliciano again. But it's just the forward pressure of Akshay. That was another right hand that Akshay ate. Immediately stepped forward and tried to get him back and got him with a beautiful straight right hand. It's a game of cat and mouse between these guys and it's chess all the way. Very, very, very interesting fight to score.
Akshay Chahal still with a smile on his face. He's as confident as ever. He knows that he's got what it takes to get the job done against a veteran like Luis Feliciano. Feliciano, on the other hand, equally looking composed. And referee Kevin calls for the two gentlemen to step into the neutral corners. A last round between these two.
Box!
A great fight here at IPBL.
I mean, final round, touch of gloves between these two warriors, sign of respect for both these men, and it's just now immediately is Akshay. So, Tanay, here's what I was telling you about. In the last few rounds, we saw a lot of back and forth between these guys. Tough round to score, no doubt. But one thing that the judges always look out for is ring control. Who's the aggressor? Who's stepping forward? Who's taking the center of the ring? And so far, it's always been Akshay.
It's been Akshay all the way.
Now, this is interesting now.
Don't bend down.
It was head down on the back of the head, we need to see.
It was a head down.
And it's good, that's good composure from referee Kevin because you don't want to take a point away from a fighter in the 6th round. This fight is
Especially in a
already
fight that's
close.
been so close, yeah.
Exactly, it's already such a close round. And both these guys are gamers, they're stepping in. And Akshay, with a sense of urgency, he doesn't want to leave this fight to the judges. He's looking to get a stoppage here.
I think a stoppage seems very difficult as we have just under 2 minutes to go
And at this
in the
point-
very final round.
And at this point, these guys are so well conditioned and they've taken so many shots, it's so hard.
Stop! Stop! Box!
Good overhand right there from Akshay Chahal.
Don't push, don't push.
Pace is certainly slowed down a little bit in the sixth and final round. You can see Chahal shaking out his arms.
I mean, your arms have got to be tired.
Yeah,
after taking so
they're
much
full of blood
damage.
at this point. I mean, the amount of shots they've thrown, the amount of shots they've taken, the amount of damage that they've absorbed as well from those shots.
Stop! Blue and red, this is the last round. Stop pushing each other. Box! Box!
Referee Kevin tells them to stop pushing each other, and rightly so. It's a boxing contest.
Man, referee Kevin takes no prisoners. He's not playing around. He's a no-nonsense referee. He's not taking... He's saying, no, there's no stoppage. You got to keep fighting. And he's screaming action at them. Man, it's so crazy. You know, in these exchanges when they look like they're almost going to clash heads. And we already saw a headbutt from the ladies tonight.
Yep. Arjun, as I've told you in the past also.
And there you go. Someone's bleeding. That's a clash of heads. Just as I called it, he's bleeding from the side of his head. Oh, beautiful right hook.
Well, that's a good thing that we've got the
And
last
here we
30
go.
seconds.
These guys are going to go for broke now. They're going to go for broke now.
Let's see some violence, gentlemen.
Feliciano swinging that big left hook. And Chahal, both these men are exhausted at this point.
Box!
Last 20 seconds remaining in the sixth and final round.
And Akshay Chahal with some showboating onto Feliciano. Let's see a dogfight, boys.
And Akshay Chahal stepping into the pocket. Both these men leaving nothing left in that ring. What a fight. A fantastic fight between these two men. Brilliant.
The crowd was all riled up because they were truly engaged in what about it's been.
I mean, just top to bottom action. Just been incredible. I mean, it's just been Feliciano or Chahal. They went back and forth extensively. Went so back and forth. It's going to be tough to pick a winner out of this one. But if I was leaning, I'm not going to make
You're not
a
gonna lean.
judgment. Not for this
As
one.
you rightly said, Arjun, we are not judges.
Thank God. I mean, this is someone else's headache. But this is the story of the fight. It's Akshay, who was the aggressor, stepped in, landed some good shots. Feliciano landed some very, very good shots in the pocket, landed some good, but showed some good head movement. Both men landed equally, but if I had to still go back, it's those punches in the fifth round.
Yep.
It's that 1-2. You never know what happens. But beautiful uppercut that caught him. It's so close. I don't know who this fight's going to go to. And the referees are going to take their time. The judges are going to take their time, pardon me, to render a decision. You can see them, both of them got cut at the last moment with that headbutt.
Well, thankfully it happened in round number 6 and not early on because we wouldn't want to see.
No, we saw that
another
earlier in the fight with
Chetna
Chetna Saini. Chetna Saini, it was a small headbutt, but it was the pressure as well which opened up the cut furthermore. It was not just a headbutt, and what a fight. And you can see the educated crowd here paying their respects to Feliciano, and you can see them accepting one another. This is a sport. It might be a brutal sport, but this is a sport nevertheless. Fantastic fight. And this is what I love, when both men can try to take each other's heads off for 10 minutes and then hug each other at the end of it. Let's quickly go for the final decision inside the ring to Jared Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here at Quake Arena, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Atharia scored the bout 59-55. Judge Ram Kumar scored the bout 59-55. Judge Savagari scored the bout 58-56 for your winner by unanimous decision, Akshay Chahal.
And Akshay Chahal keeps his perfect record against Luis Feliciano, and the crowd has gone absolutely wild as they were supporting the man out here.
I mean, I'm a little surprised.
Are you?
Props to Akshay Chahal. We talked about that forward pressure, but in terms of damage rendered, in terms of shots landed, I got to go back and watch that because it's crazy what happened. It's a great fight. It was too close. It could have gone either way. You know that? It could have gone either way.
But I'm of course surprised with the fact that it was a 59-55 for two judges.
59-55 is a little crazy. I mean, but that's why we're not judges, and that's why a lot of presidents say you never leave it in the hands of the judges. But coming up next, co-main event of the evening, my friend.
We've got Luis Arias versus Shiva Thakaran. It's going to be an absolutely stellar fight. Arias, who comes all the way from the United States with a bag of experience. But for now, we'll give it a commercial break. Come back to the IPBL. We'll be right here.